Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Personal Finance Logics. In today's video, I'm going to share something really important. You can say a sigh of relief, how you can get rid of debt on a low income. Yes, you heard it absolutely right. I'm sure your life becomes easier once you practice these ways of paying such a huge amount. I can understand when it comes to debt financial stress it gives. But you do not worry, because I'm here to provide you a solution. These days, no matter how much money you have, having debt may be hard. On the other hand, this work could seem more like an everlasting debt trap if your income is minimal. Moreover, it is much more true now since interest rates have been rising for a few years. So, what should you do if you're on a low income and finding it difficult to pay off debt? Is there someone who can help you get out of debt, or are you stuck with it forever? Put yourself at ease. You don't have to live with debt forever. You may pay off your debts faster than you would by making the minimum payments even if you have a little income. There are several possibilities for treatment after evaluation, such as grants, resources for help and education, and enhanced credit and debt reduction programs. Carrying debt is hard for everyone, but it's especially hard for low-income families. Living in a low-income household implies that residents are always concerned about how they will pay their monthly bills, unplanned costs, this week's food, and gas for their car. You simply live paycheck to paycheck. You don't really prepare for retirement, college funds, savings accounts, or any other long-term financial goals. So let's discuss, what does low income mean? For those of you who are among the millions of Americans struggling to make ends meet, low income may seem like an understatement considering the difficulties you face. The term is technical when referring to federal government debt relief initiatives that are available to people. Instead of speaking of poverty-level households, the programs identify low-income households using a technique. There can be a difference between the two when it comes to receiving government support for financial hardships like debt relief. The Foundation for Poverty-Level Families, also known as Federal Poverty Rules, is the least amount of money a family needs for shelter, food, clothing, transportation, and other necessities. Here, in this video I'm going to share 5 best ways to get rid of debt on low income. First and foremost, you need to follow a strategy. Evaluate the amount of your total debt. You should be aware of the entire process involved in making the payment before creating a strategy to pay off your debt. To create a solid basis, get complete, accurate, and up-to-date data about your payment. How much amount you owe. Who are your creditors? Research payment plans for your homework. Deadlines and timelines. This is an essential step to verify your amount of debt. Now follow and trust the process you begin with. Let's do this. Step 1. Don't take on any more debt. You're not paying off debt when you borrow money from one source to pay for another. Sometimes this works in your favor, such as when you consolidate your debt into a personal loan with a cheaper interest rate or create a new credit card with a balance transfer to take advantage of an introductory 0% APR period. However, the first step in trying to pay off debt is usually to stay away from taking on more debt at all costs. If you don't need a loan, don't open new credit cards, and quit all unnecessary spending. You can end up with even more debt than you began with and run the risk of making payments on your credit card and loans each month. Step 2. Make a budget. It's easy to overlook the financial statements that keep rolling in if you're drowning in debt. You can track the sources and uses of your income with a budget. List all of your sources of income and regular, fixed costs first. Fixed costs are those that don't vary from month to month, like rent or auto payments. Subtract the amount that remains after deducting your fixed costs from the total income you make. The money left over goes toward paying off debt and other variable costs like groceries and clothing. Have you seen that this is so easy to pay off debt? Calculate the monthly amount that should be set aside for essential expenses that vary, such as food, and designate the leftover funds for debt repayment. In order to pay off your debts more quickly and make extra payments each month, you will need to make space in your budget for this expense. Enjoy and practice it now, guys. Step 3. Settle the lowest debts and tackle the larger ones. Now, there is an interesting fact. Making a repayment plan will help you stay focused while you work through the difficult process of debt relief. The term avalanche method refers to this strategy of debt repayment. This method cuts interest costs when the minimum payment is made on all obligations and additional money is applied to the amount with the highest interest rate. After the most costly account has been closed, The remaining funds is transferred to the next highest interest rate account and so on until all remaining debts are paid off. This is the way to tackle large amounts. On the other hand, let's discuss another strategy for lowest debts. The snowball method refers to the repayment of smallest debts. This method starts a snowball effect when you pay the minimum amount due on all of your bills and apply the extra funds to the smaller accounts. Step 4. Looking for ways to earn extra money. If you're still having trouble paying off debt without any money, consider your options for raising your income. For better or worse, the gig economy has given rise to a wide range of online jobs, such as graphic design, ride sharing, and food delivery. Put that extra income toward your debt if you can come up with creative ways to make the most of your leisure time. Even if your income rises just temporarily, the extra money that you make might enable you to pay off debt much more quickly. You can find out many other online opportunities. You can work as a freelancer to earn money so that it would be much convenient for you to pay your debt. Step 5. Look into possibilities for debt relief and consolidation. If the interest keeps coming in, you might want to look into debt relief options as a last resort before looking into debt consolidation solutions. Now here you have two options. People, choice is yours. Either go for any of one you want. Debt consolidation. Debt consolidation is frequently a personal loan that pays your outstanding debt and sends the whole amount to your new lender in one payment. In an ideal world, the interest rate on your debt consolidation loan would be less than that of some or all of your outstanding balances, which would eventually make the loan more affordable and convenient. Debt relief. In consideration for a fee, promise to bargain with creditors on your behalf to get your debt settled for less than what you owe. They frequently advise you to stop paying totally before doing so in order to use leverage and convince the creditor to accept a payment in place of none at all. Although this method could be effective, you should take into account that it will have a bad effect on your credit score. In the event that the business is unable to pay off the debts you owe, you may also be responsible for any late penalties that your creditors impose. By combining your credit card and personal loan balances, you may obtain a more predictable monthly payment, save interest costs, raise your credit score, and receive a clear debt payoff schedule. However, you might pay less than what you owe and pay off debt more quickly if you choose debt relief. Conclusion. Repaying debt, even with a low income, is not impossible. On the other hand, begin implementing these strategies to get rid of those unpleasant balances. Debt consolidation loans are another option to consider if you have a lot of high-interest debt and would like to pay off your debts faster. You will ultimately be able to improve your credit score and go closer to being debt-free by taking action right away. So, these are my 5 easiest ways of getting rid of debts on a low income. This will surely lead to a financially secure future. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell icon to stay notified of the latest videos. Thank you for watching.